Today, I'd like to introduce Ajay Virkar, who is the co-founder and the CTO of C3Nano. Today, he will be talking to us about platform, optoelectronic materials, flexibility, rollable, large area, and biotech and beyond. So with that, I'd like to hand the presentation over to Ajay, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Greg. Thanks, TechFlick, Kasha, Chris for inviting me to speak. I'm excited to talk to you about some of the new things we've been working on at C3Nano. Apologies if there's some glitches or issues here. Just kind of let me know the first time I've done this kind of presentation. Here's just a quick outline of my talk. I'm going to introduce the company and talk a little bit about what C3Nano works on and has been working on, which has primarily been in the consumer electronics space. I'll spend some time talking about various different types of technological solutions to enable a variety of different electronic applications and our unique solution. I'll introduce some of our platform technologies, which we call ActiveGrid and ActiveGuard. I'll explain what those are and kind of where we're finding a home for them now commercially and where we see them growing in the future. I'll spend a little bit of time on actually what devices have been commercialized with our materials, and those, again, mostly been in the display and touch related industries. I'll spend the last part of the talk really talking about opportunities that we are seeing and exploring beyond consumer electronics. And really our mission, the key reason the company exists, is the development and commercialization of advanced materials to enable progressive and dynamic electronics. So we wanted to really hopefully have this as an opportunity to explain what we can do and hopefully get new partnerships, customers, and relationships from really exploring new opportunities and areas together. So this is our corporate overview. So the company was founded in 2010. It's a spin out from the Chemical Engineering Department at Stanford University. I'm the current chair, Professor Zhenan Bao. It's a spin out from her research group. We have two facilities in Hayward, California, which is where we're also headquartered. One dedicated to research and development and where most of the management sits, as well as a large facility dedicated purely to manufacturing of our conductive ink product and also silver nanowires. Across the world, across the pond there, we also have a facility in Changzhou, which is about 2 hours away from Shanghai. And that's our Asian manufacturing hub, where we service most of our customers who are in China and also elsewhere in Asia. We have sales and technical support across the rest of mainland China. We also have technical support and sales in Taiwan. We have a pilot facility in Korea as well to basically address and service the Korean market. And we have a lot of collaboration and cooperation with many Japanese companies, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So because the majority of our company has been focused really on consumer electronics, we had to have strong presences both in Silicon Valley and, of course, in Asia. So that's how we structured the company. So yeah, let me talk a little bit about where the majority of the focus and applications have been for the company for the past decade. So our flagship transparent conductive ink and film product is called ActiveGrid. And the majority of applications employing ActiveGrid are right here in the touch sensor space. If you took apart your tablet or your smartphone, of course, that's the pattern transparent conducting device that you're interacting with to really talk to your smart devices. So here the objective is really to replace things like ITO or other competitive technologies, which I'll talk about later. During the course of this last decade, where we've been developing and optimizing our transparent conducting materials, we've also developed a complementary product, which I'll touch on a little bit today, which we call ActiveGuard. And there the idea is to basically replace rigid cover glass or to augment some of the flexible cover glasses that are now coming out with a new, very scratch resistant, very hard and flexible polymeric material to basically complement our ActiveGrid products to work together in concert to really enable this flexible electronics revolution. So because we think we've developed some very unique and high-performing materials, we've attracted some world-class partners and investors. So you can see many of them listed here, and those familiar in the consumer electronics space will know these are all household names. And they've been working with us closely for the past multiple years to commercialize and work on improving our products. So in terms of products, actually the commercial products we're actually selling to date, under the ActiveGrid product line, we're selling both the transparent conductive inks. So we're selling that mostly to converting companies and coating companies. We also do our own toll coating to actually produce the transparent conducting film itself in the ActiveGrid film product line. So there we're basically coating on a variety of different substrates and different sheet resistances, some of which I'll touch on a little bit later, really depending on the target end market and use. So we've been selling quite a bit of material now into both the consumer electronics space, and now we're starting to see a home for these materials in a variety of new applications, again, which I'll talk about later.